Hello everyone, I'm Trung with VTV International. You're watching the English Bulletin VTV News for the latest events related to Vietnam. First, let's get you up to date with the headlines. The Shangri-La Dialogue stresses on commitment to international law. And later we'll take a look at an exhibition featuring photos taken by ethnic children. The 13th Shangri-La Dialogue concluded on Sunday after 3 days held in Singapore. Unsurprisingly, the tensions in the EC and China's decision to ignore international legal norms were much discussed at the dialogue. Japan voiced its support for the Philippines and Vietnam to settle the matter through dialogue, while the United States underscored its strategic position in maintaining the stability of the Asia-Pacific region. Vietnam attended the dialogue with Defense Minister General Phùng Quang Thanh as the chief representative. Speaking at the event, he emphasized that the current situation in the EC was dangerous, but Vietnam had totally restrained itself in the face of Chinese provocations and had only used peaceful measures pursued through dialogue. Countries expressed their hopes for peace and stability in the EC due to its key role as an international navigation route. To this end, they called on ASEAN and China to work out a legally binding Code on Conduct in the EC or COC as soon as possible. Moving on now to other news, although registered FDI into Vietnam this year decreased by 10% compared with the same period last year, the country's economy over the last 5 months is still showing noticeable signs of recovery. More to follow.
Electric appliances and household goods are often the least of consumers' priorities when the economy is in difficulty. However, judging from crowded shopping centers like this, it appears that Vietnamese consumer confidence has improved.
Recovered consumer confidence will bring about a knock-on effect of increasing value. As the demands for goods go up, production will also increase. Thus, the circulation of goods will rise, and so will employment. The whole economy will get better thanks to consumer confidence.
In the last 5 months, Vietnam economy witnessed positive changes as the country's import-export turnover reached $58.5 billion, a year-on-year increase of 15.4%, with trade surplus reaching $1.65 billion.
The most obvious change is the macroeconomic stability, which can be seen in a low inflation rate and a surplus international balance of payments. Moreover, it means that Vietnam's currency value has gained more credibility. Also, foreign currency reserves may reach the highest level ever. From mid-2013 till now, all the major signs point towards economic recovery. A range of indices, particularly the index of industrial production, have increased. The import of raw materials also recorded significant growth. Statistics from 600 companies listed in the two stock exchanges of Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City show revenue surges in late 2013 and earlier this year.
Meanwhile, World Bank specialists are also finalizing reports on Vietnam's economy for the first half of 2014 and compiling proposals for the future of the country's business environment.
Access to finance. The banking sector is not performing strongly. There are a lot of problems with the balance sheets of the banks, which are preventing the banks from providing access to businesses, access to credit for businesses, which is an impediment. There are some parts of infrastructure which are also worth looking at, especially in terms of export logistics, the infrastructure that companies face when they're exporting their goods.
At the working session of June 2nd, the National Assembly will discuss new economic policies and plans which are expected to direct Vietnam's economy towards sustainable development in the coming period.
A meeting in recognition of the World Environment Day, which falls on June 5th, was held in the administrative center of the southern province of Dương on Saturday. This year's Environment Day, themed Raise Your Voice, Not the Sea Level, offers Vietnamese people a chance to join hands to tackle the difficulties and challenges posed by climate change and rising sea levels. The measures taken by the community will also help forestall environmental pollution and degradation, thus ensuring the ecological balance and the country's sustainable development. At the meeting, the committee presented certificates of merit to 59 organizations which have distinguished themselves in terms of environmental protection.
Exotic Vietnam is an intriguing blend of many charms. This land is where all manner of stunning landscapes await like a visual feast, rivaled only by the beauty of its people and their abundantly rich tradition and culture. Here is where you can relive the past in richest color or live it up in the bright lights of the big city. With so much more to offer, Vietnam is simply unforgettable.
And welcome back to VTV News for the latest updates on Vietnam. Ethnic children from remote areas had a chance to show off their photography skills at an exhibition held in Hanoi on the 1st of June. The event was aimed at raising the awareness of children's rights as part of the celebrations for International Children's Day.
This photograph captures a happy moment when these two children received donated clothes. The photo is one of many exhibited shots by children of the Hmong, Mnong and Cham ethnic community. The Photo Voice project is a collaboration between the Institute of Society, Economics and Environment and Oxfam. And this exhibition entitled Hey Friends, Listen Up is a selection of 120 photos chosen from thousands of pictures snapped by ethnic children. Hi, is this your own photo? Yes, it is. Can you tell us something about your photo? I took this photo when my mom was stir-frying cabbage. My family often uses cabbage in meals. My mom works very hard, and I love my mom, and I want to show that to other people. A smile when people catch a snail for a family meal, climbing over the classroom door because the keys were lost. With a few cameras, the children from these communities have shown a sophisticated ability to observe and communicate the unique perspective on their remarkable daily lives.
I take the camera everywhere with me. I take dozens of photos a day.
The children also make captions and notes for each photo. For example, in this picture, the photographer is expressing his wish to have a safe playground. According to the project organizer, this is a creative way for children to express their rights of participation and rights of improvement, which are among the four most important children's rights as stipulated by the United Nations.
The project is all about children's rights, showing that children have the right to actively participate in family life, school and society. In fact, they have claimed their rights naturally. This morning, we held an open dialogue between children and officials from departments of education and training. The children expressed their view and wishes very naturally, which moved and persuaded the leaders.
We have launched the project in all local secondary schools and high schools. We incorporated it into the curriculum to implement a policy of promoting students' quality, which will follow from securing children's rights first. A foundation of commitment from leaders, parents and teachers promoting children's rights was laid down at the event. The exhibition will wrap up on June the 8th in Hanoi and make its debut in other provinces in July and August.
Vietnamese people are celebrating the Đoan Ngọ festival, which falls on the 5th day of the 5th month in the lunar calendar. Traditionally, the Đoan Ngọ festival is a time for farmers to get rid of pests prior to a new crop season. is also an occasion to consume special foods that have a cleansing effect on the body. In our next story, we'll learn more of the Mông Nam herbal tea, a special drink at this festival.
As the Đoan Ngọ festival nears, Nguyễn Từ set out for the forest to collect Mông Nam herbs. Now 80 years of age, Từ has collected medicinal herbs for 7 decades. A typical mixture of Mông Nam herbs used includes 25 different kinds of leaves.
I set out at 7 a.m. and returned at 11 a.m. A lot of herbs can only be found deep inside the forest. I only return home when its bag is full, since it takes too much time and effort to come here and collect the leaves.
The locals of Cù Lao Chàm Island are well familiar with the cleansing effect of Mông Nam herbs. They make sure to harvest the herbs sustainably with minimal impact on the natural balance of the forest.
Mông Nam herbal tea is often consumed on the 5th day of the 5th lunar month. It is also a healthy drink for women who have recently given birth. It is generally good for health and digestion.
Cù Lao Chàm is drawing more and more tourists to Quảng Nam province. In addition to seafood, Mông Nam herbs are some of the best-known products that this island district has to offer. The popularity of Mông Nam herbs as health food is growing thanks to the inflows of tourists.
I'm a little tired from the journey here. It's so refreshing to drink this herbal tea. It's got a lovely fragrance.
I sell Mông Nam herbs to tourists for 50 cents per each bag. They can cure various diseases. The local all drink this herbal tea instead of green tea. Hundreds of people are making a living from Mông Nam herbs on Cù Lao Chàm Island. They have successfully turned a well-known staple of traditional medicine into a sustainable tourism product.
Audiences in Vietnam will have a chance to enjoy selected European and Southeast Asian documentaries as part of the European Vietnamese Documentary Film Festival. This year's lineup includes 8 documentaries from Europe, 9 submissions from Vietnam, and 5 works by young Southeast Asian filmmakers, with Vietnamese European films being shown as double bills. Held by European cultural institutes and embassies, the festival will open on June 4th in Hanoi, followed by a launch in Ho Chi Minh City on June 21st. The festival will run for 8 days in each city, and admittance is free. And that's also the last piece of news we have for you in this hour. Before saying goodbye, let's take a quick look at today's weather forecast. And this is the end of VTV News for this hour. Goodbye for now from Hanoi.